No problem. Are you ready?
Always.
Perfect. Hi, I'm Robin Steinberg. Welcome to the National Queen's Choice online news. Save Hyatt for Hyatt Hotels International. Here I have Chef Richard Hunt, who is here in Singapore for the celebration of the Diamond Jubilee with the Majesty Queen Elizabeth II for the British Club here in Singapore. Chef Hunt, welcome to our show.
Yeah,
and
nice, yeah.
A lot of my fans are asking me, what does it take to be a chef? I mean, you spent most of your life to be a chef, and what's your philosophy of food?
Well, I think there's a lot of things. The main thing is passion. The big thing coming into industry, you've got to understand it's hard work, it's long hours, but you've got to be passionate. We can always teach you skills, and youngsters coming in, we can always do that. And I think if you haven't got the passion to succeed, you'll never survive the industry. And then the food thing, you've got to enjoy food. I'm a big chap, I enjoy my food, as everyone do. But that's important, because if you don't like food, what's the point of being a chef? It's a very simple philosophy.
And what sort of ingredients do you love using?
Anything that's really good. I think that's the big thing about being a chef as well these days, is that if you buy the best ingredients you can, the freshest, high quality, as a chef you don't have to do very much to them, because the ingredients will speak for themselves. So if you buy great seafood, don't play with it. Cook it fresh. If you get a great lobster or a great piece of fish, don't put 20 sauces on it or put so many garnishes, just cook it simply. And the fish will speak for itself. And I think that's one of the great things to learn.
Amazing. And regards to your menu that you prepared for His Majesty this year, where do you get your inspiration from and why?
I think the great inspiration is the Britishness involvement, but also the fact that it's things that people can relate to. The food that people can relate to is when I do dishes, I want people to see the plate and go, oh, actually, I remember that, but it's got a new twist. So, for example, today we did a little miniature shepherd's pie, a very tiny one, but it was finessed. So people could turn around and go, oh, I remember that when I was a child or when everything else, but it's been brought up to date. And I think that's important. That's where I get my influences from. And, when we're in Asia and in Singapore here particularly, it's just a fantastic place. You've got great ingredients all over the place. It's a chef's paradise.
Amazing. And what would be the one dish that you can't live without any one day?
Well, I'm from the West Country in England, so one of the things I can't live without is clotted cream, and it's one of the things that I think if I ever gave up dairy products and everything else, I think I'd have to seriously consider what else I would do. It's a great product. It's something here that I brought over from England.
Oh, you do?
I brought it over from England. Don't ask how we got it through customs, but we got it over here. And I think it's something that it characterises all the great things about the West Country where I come from.
And to top it off, what would be your advice for aspiring chefs like yourself? Could you give 3 points of how one to aspire?
I think 3 points, very, very simply. 1, be committed. 2, listen to others. And 3, be humble. Don't put barriers up when people give you criticism or give you advice, because at the end of the day, that's how you learn and how you progress. If you put your barriers up and get defensive when people say that's not quite right or that's not quite right, then you'll never succeed. Because at the end of the day, we're here to please. That is our job. That's what we get a great deal of joy out of. If people enjoy food and they say how wonderful that is, that's as good as any pay rise or paycheck that we can get. So those would be my 3 main points of advice.
Well, speaking of advice, thank you for joining us here at the National Queen's Choice, Chef Richard. And I'm Robin Steinberg for the National Queen's Choice online news, saving for Hyatt Hotels. Please keep in touch with us soon.
Great. Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.